Exponents have really cool powers, and in this video I'm going to show you what happens when you have the same base and you multiply, divide, or raise the powers to other powers. Let's begin by multiplying powers. To multiply powers with the same base, you keep the base and you add the exponents. Let's look at my example here. I have a to the power of 3 times a to the power of 2. A to the power of 3 is the same as saying a times a times a. And a squared, or a to the power of 2, is the same as a times a. If we sit and count up all the a's that are multiplied to one another, we have a total of 5 a's. So it's a to the power of 5. To show the step, we show that a is raised to the power of 3 plus 2, because it was an exponent of 3 and an exponent of 2. Ultimately, you're just adding the exponents together because we have the same base. It's a to the power of 5. Let's try an example with a number. Say I have 3 to the power of 4 times 3 to the power of 5. To rewrite this and show the step, this is really 3 to the power of 4 plus 5. The result is 3 to the power of 9. Next, let's divide the powers with the same base. To divide the powers with the same base, you keep the base and you subtract the exponents. Let's look at this example. I have a to the power of 6 divided by a to the power of 2. On top, a to the power of 6 is really a multiplied to itself 6 times, divided by a to the power of 2, which is a times itself twice. If I really cross out every a that I see on top that I see on the bottom, I cross out 2 a's on top and 2 a's on the bottom. I'm left with a to the power of 4. As you can see, so a raised to the power of 6 minus 2 equals a to the power of 4. Let's try an example together. If I had 5 to the power of 8 and I divided it by 5 to the power of 3, I'm going to rewrite this as 5 raised to the power of 8 minus 3. This equals, this would be a good time to pause the video and see if you can calculate this. The result is 5 to the power of 5. How'd you do? And lastly, we're going to raise a power to a power. To raise a power to a power, keep the base and multiply the exponents. In this example, I have a raised to a power of 4 squared. That means that a to the power of 4 is multiplied to a to the power of 4. If you count up all the a's, it's really a multiplied to itself 8 times. So to show the step, this would be a raised to a power of 4 times 2. I'm going to multiply the exponents. The result is a to the power of 8. Let's try an example together. Let's try 6 to the power of 4, and that's raised to a power of 6. To show the step, this is really 6 raised to a power of 4 times 6. And 4 times 6 is 24. So this is really 6 to the power of 24. Let's see what happens if I have a negative exponent. Let's say I had 7 to the power of 3, and that was raised to a power of negative 4. I'm going to rewrite this as 7 raised to the power of 3 times negative 4, which equals 7 to the power of negative 12. To put this in simplest form, I must write this under 1. So the final answer is 1 divided by 7 to the power of 12.